what that is an idiopathic disease that one day I could eat peanuts and be fine, and the next day I could eat peanuts and my lips and my mouth would swell up 5 times their size. So it makes no sense. There's no rhyme or reason as to why I break out. So anyway, not only that, but it does target your joints. And I was diagnosed with this 4 years ago, and I got to the point that I couldn't hardly walk because it does target your joint pains. So the breakouts, the only thing that would control it, they had me on all kinds of stuff, antihistamines, but nothing was stopping it. And the only thing that would stop it is prednisone. So you know when you take prednisone, you can't lose weight. So anyway, and I was taking anywhere from 35 to 50 milligrams a day of prednisone. And so they had me on all kind of pain medicine for the joint pain, gabapentin, tramadol, hydrocodone, meloxicam, all this stuff, and none of it worked. And I just felt like they were just giving me more and more and more drugs, and nothing was working. And the next thing was starting to go to a pain clinic. They said, well, you know, there's nothing else that we can give you, but we'll start you at a pain clinic. Well, I didn't want to do that either. So anyway, I just prayed and prayed and prayed. Just so depressed, because when I would sit down in a chair, I couldn't hardly get up, and being in public ministry, speaking and singing all the time, it was very embarrassing to me to have to stand up and not be able to straighten up. So started, you know, I just really got to the point of depression, and nobody knew this except for Jeff, my husband. But you know, I told God, I said, you know, I just don't feel like I'm worth a flip for nothing. And I said, you know, if you're not going to make me better, just take me on home. That's how I felt, because I didn't feel like that I was worth anything. And so I prayed and prayed and prayed. And this last time that I prayed, I remember it. I knew that God had answered my prayer, but I didn't know how. And but I felt the burden come off of me. That it was just like a huge relief. And I knew that he had answered my prayer, but I didn't know how. So anyway, a couple of weeks later, I was flipping through my phone, and I saw my coach, Melissa. I saw her before and after picture, and I was amazed because I had just spoke at her church about 8 months before. And when I saw her picture, I was like, dang, what is she doing? And so I got in touch with her, and she told me what it was. And she said, Pam, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. She said, if it don't work for you, if you don't like it, whatever reason, you can send it back. No questions asked. So I knew that that was my answer. So I started on June the 1st, and I did my 8-day challenge. And my first 8 day, I lost 9 pounds and 11 3/4 ounces. And after my 4th day, my pain was just about gone. I mean, I could stand up from my chair, and I was so excited because I remember getting out of bed in the morning, and my feet didn't hurt and my knees didn't hurt. And so when I'd get up out of my chair, I'd do this. I'd say, Jeff, watch. And I'd do this, and I'd say, Jeff, watch. And I'd do it again, because before I could just barely stand up, and I couldn't hardly straighten up. So that was a godsend for me, and it was a prayer answered, and I praise him every day for it. This program has changed my life physically, and I'm still a work in progress for my weight, but my weight's coming off. I'm a lot smaller now than I was this time last year, and I'm so thankful for that. So, you know, I just, if you haven't tried it and you're on the fence, I would tell you, go ahead, get your kit, get started, because you're going to feel better than you ever have in your life. And if you don't, you get your money back. So that's my story.